how are you all? Today I wanted to bring to you a new manga series introduction. So usually all of my manga videos are supposed to be on Monday, but this week I finished Pandora Hearts, the manga, the full series. I finally read everything and I couldn't wait till Monday to tell you guys my thoughts. Pandora Hearts is a series by Jun Mochizuki. It's been going on for quite a few years now and I've been reading it since I was in high school, so I'm really excited that I finally got to finish all the fan sub chapters online. Currently there are only 22 volumes available by Yen Press, but more are coming. They're definitely going to finish the series and it was such an emotional ride. I finished the series and I really wasn't ready for it to end. Pandora Hearts is about a boy named Oz Vesalius who, on his coming of age ceremony when he's about like 14 or 15, he gets cast into the Abyss. The Abyss is this kind of like nightmarish place where chains reside. Chains are sort of like monsters or demons. They're just these entities that you can create contracts with and people can fight with chains. Chains have this sort of special connection with the universe and the balance of the world. It's very complex to explain what a chain actually is. The best way to say it is it acts as a manifestation of the character and it allows the characters to do combat in this way. Pandora Hearts starts off as kind of like a steampunk, little bit of fantasy mystery kind of story. When Oz is in the Abyss, he ends up meeting a girl named Alice who doesn't have any of her memories. In order to have enough power to break out of the Abyss, he ends up making a contract with her. So there are two ways you can make contracts. The first is to do a legal contract where you use something else like an object as kind of like a medium between you and the chain. The second way to create a contract is just with your body, and when you do that you end up getting a seal on your chest, and when the timer runs out on your chest you get cast back into the Abyss as a payment to having made a contract with a chain. So it's like a really kind of interesting checks and balance system when it comes to making contracts. It all has to do with how power is kept in a careful scale within every single party in Pandora Hearts. When Oz actually ends up breaking out of the Abyss, it's been 10 years after and he is trying to find out what happened in those last 10 years, and he's also trying to find out why Alice has lost some of her memories. So that is the main driving force of the plot. None of these are spoilers because they happen within the first or two chapters. What's really great about the series is that it has all the really entertaining and curious and mad crazy elements that the original Alice in Wonderland story by Lewis Carroll has to offer. It actually makes the concepts and characters quite essential to the way that the plot progresses. The thing with Pandora Hearts is as you're reading it, it will start to get more and more confusing. It was particularly difficult for me to follow because I followed the fan subbers online, and fan subbers release one chapter every month or every 2 months. They're a whole team of people and they're working very hard, which is why you do have to be patient with fan subbers. But because Pandora Hearts subplots and main plots are linked so closely together, you have to read it all at once to get the full spin of the story. The most difficult thing to do in Pandora Hearts is to think back to one of the previous smaller arcs that reveal something about a past event and connecting what you learned there with the main plot events that are going on right now. The end of the series gets very topsy-turvy because of this like past, future, present kind of weird mumbo jumbo mix up, but by the time you get to the end of the series you don't even care how confusing it is. You just want to know how the frick it ends. What I did like about the ending is that it gives you the emotional resolution and reconciliation that you really need with the characters, but it gives you a reality check as well because a lot of characters do die throughout Pandora Hearts and it is quite a touching but bittersweet ending. I will say though that I do think the last moment is a little bit of a cop-out because we don't get an explanation for why certain characters come back. However, everything building up to it, the way that Mochizuki finishes up the characters and wraps up everything that goes on in the next few years after the story finishes with the conflict, that is all done very fair to each of the characters. You might not personally like what happens to the characters, but it is a very fitting ending for them considering everything that's happened throughout the entire story. What's interesting about Pandora Hearts characters and what gives each character their charm is that each character fits perfectly with an Alice in Wonderland kind of trope. You don't understand why each character is essential to the plot until basically the last 2 or 3 chapters. Certain characters share names and other characters share bodies and souls, but the story does do a very good job of making sure dialogue is on par and there are always additional reminders throughout the dialogue so that you can better understand the story. Even though some of them are just completely side characters and they're probably not as important to the main plot, they're still somewhat affected and tied into the main plot, which is the mark of an amazingly planned story. Pandora Hearts uses characters just to draw a lot of heavy themes like sacrifice, love, regret, past, future. There's just a lot going on with those characters. The existence of the Abyss and the entire world order with contracts and chains, that has heavy repercussions on the characters. You really see the struggles of flawed human characteristics pushed to the limits. I will recommend though, if you have finished reading the series once, go back and reread it again. I know it's quite long-winded and it drags on a bit at the beginning because you have to sort of build up the system and the world order, but it is very, very much worth rereading because you will definitely notice certain things in the second time around that you didn't the first time. Pandora Hearts is one of those series. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I apologize if it's a little bit long-winded. I'm still getting used to doing full series reviews and trying to cover a wide range of material and critique in a small amount of time, so thank you guys for being patient with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you can look forward to more manga series full reviews or anime full series reviews coming very soon. Till then, there will be more videos coming your way this week and next week. I hope you guys will subscribe and stay tuned for those. Till then, I hope you are all well and I will talk to you guys in my next video very soon. Bye!